The world of Tamriel is a vast and vibrant place filled with magic, monsters, and ancient ruins. And within this world, there are those who seek to cheat and exploit the system for their own gain. And boys and girls, that's what we're going to be discussing today. Really quickly, I just want to, for those that don't know who I am and my history, I actually, over the years, have got a bit of a track record of going after people that are cheating and exploiting and all of that kind of stuff. I have many videos on this from back in the day, but recently it's not something that I've really been fundamentally thinking about too much. And that all changed when a small YouTuber posted an exposed video on Explanacide. Now, this might seem just like the run-of-the-mill, normal, shitty YouTube thing where someone tries to expose someone for views, and fundamentally they're just stroking their own egos. But this goes much, much deeper because people were very quick to point out that that YouTuber was using exploits, and they don't feel that it was fair for him to be using them and bragging about winning a fight while he is using said exploits. Now, we can sit here all day long to a blue in the face discussing whether or not exploiting actually equals cheating, but trust me, this whole video has gone down a rabbit hole I didn't think I would be going down. I was going to talk about some exploits and what I thought should be done about it, and that was going to be it. But I think I found some stuff that really and truly crosses that line between being an exploit and actually straight out cheating. So let's get into that. Editing Johnny here real quick. I had to cut some of this stuff out of the video because after reading the ESO's terms of service, any promotion or uploading of exploits, so on like that. So I'll give you an example. Say a YouTuber was uploading videos all the time telling his viewers to use this exploit. That would actually be against terms of service. So do I think that's fair? I'm not even getting into that, but that's just the way it is. So I had to cut a fair bit out of this video. That's just a heads up. All right, now back to the video. All right, so let's get the exploit out of the way first. The big, most important and major one at the moment, I think, is jewelry enchant stacking. So this is basically giving a player a free clever alch damage wise all the time. So it is an insane bug. It gives people an insane unfair advantage. But there's more. There's so many more, and we will talk about some of them, but there is more than I'm sure I'm even aware of. But heavy attack bug, this is where you heavy attack an NPC, then a player, and it transfers basically PvE damage to the player instead of doing PvP damage. There is a bug with the purge CP at the moment where it's purging at any point not below 25%. So that's really strong when you pair that with Balm. Then you pair that with the jewelry enchant exploit. All of a sudden you've got a hell more damage, you're hell more tanky. And yeah, it's the state of the game at the moment is it's just unreal, and it just really feels like it's concerning. But trust me, it has got nothing on the next thing we're going to talk about. Okay, so this is where we cross that line from exploits being a gray area and whether or not it's classified as cheating to straight out cheating. Everything we're going to discuss here is cheating, okay? I just want that to be clear before anyone gets any ideas. All right, first up. Now, I'm not going to make the same mistake I have in the past of actually showing where these things are, but I'll show what I can. First up is a bot that let you just set it up so you could do DPS passes. Not that interesting. Next up is this program here. Now this, from what I can gather and tell, is up to date and undetectable. It says on their website. Obviously, I also want to make this clear. I'm only going off the information I could find. As much as I would love to validate this information, I don't feel like giving these people money, and I don't feel like risking my account or whatever by doing any of this. So maybe they don't work. If anyone has any actual experience with this stuff and has used it, let me know. I won't out you or whatever. Just, you can come to me in private. But this program's insane. And I think this is maybe similar to other programs we've seen in the past where people are flying up in the sky, shooting missiles at people and stuff. I'll show clips of this in the background. But this allows you to do all sorts of stuff. So here's the list on screen now. I will go through a few of the major ones. So fly hack, pretty self-explanatory. No collision, so you can walk through walls and floors and all that kind of stuff. Semi-no fall damage, not quite sure what that means. Spider-Man mode, I would presume this would allow you to kind of just go wherever. Once again, floor hack, but this is what I found really interesting, is anti-death. So escape when HP below what you set, come back to field when HP above what you set. What this sounds like is, say if you set it to 20% and you fall below 20%, I'm guessing you just drop under the map. And then once you heal, you come back up. What this looks like on player side, I'm not sure. Maybe if you're a Nightblade in stealth or something, or it might even look like you're going into stealth. I know there's a lot of times where players have just straight disappeared. And I'm not saying they're cheating. I'm just saying, is that a possibility of what happens in that scenario? And then you got some other stuff like change zoom, which I fucking love. Can we just get an add-on that allows me to zoom out more? I would love that. Anyway, you can see that this is a very strong program. If this is true, as you can see in the video too, I'll show some video proof of this dude doing what he says he's doing. The first thing that come to mind when I seen this and then kind of realized that it might be real is I was just kind of surprised that I don't see more of this. But then again, it is £20. So that's like $40 Australian. I don't know if there's a whole lot of people that would be willing to do that for ESO. And that may be why we're not seeing a whole lot of this. The other issue is, as I've stated about people disappearing in fights, the game is so buggy and so unpredictable that it leaves doubt, and it makes it very hard for people to put their finger on like whether someone's cheating or not. Because I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube of this person's cheating and they're not cheating. It's just a weird bug or like something that the player doesn't understand. Now, this is just one program. There's also other programs that allow you to run bots. So you may have seen the bot trains that are around in PvE areas. And then there is the last part of this. And I think this is probably, in most realistic terms, probably the more common way that people cheat in this game. First, we need to discuss macros. Now, macros always get brought up when we're having a discussion about cheating. You know, macros are the first thing the average player goes to. They go, okay, that guy's cheating, this shouldn't be possible, he's using macros. Macros can't bypass game limitations. They can't do anything you can't do. They can do it more reliably, but in such a reactive game like ESO, macros really don't do a whole lot for you. Maybe if you're on a gank build or something like that, you can set your rotation up on a macro so you can get a little bit more reliability out of it. But then there's server performance to throw on top of that, which make macros even more inconsistent. Now, on the other hand, a script is a very different piece of software or program, or however you want to classify it. It's basically a smart macro. Now, I'm dumbing this down. It's obviously not necessarily as simple as this, but I think it should give everyone a good enough idea of what a script is. So a macro is just a predetermined set of buttons that you've programmed to push. It can't really do that by itself. Like, it can't go, okay, this has happened, now I'm going to trigger the macro, but a script can do that. And I've found scripts that advertising can heal you, so auto heal, auto CC break. So basically the script can go, okay, he's CC'd, he's grabbing that information, I'm going to hit CC break automatic. This is fundamentally a massive problem because it doesn't bypass game limitations. So if you're watching it, you can't tell whether that player is just really on the ball or they are using scripts and cheating. Alright, so we've discussed exploits and straight out cheats. What can we do as a player base? What can ZeniMax do? Let's talk about it. So if everything is true and that program is working as stated, then there's definitely a massive flaw in ZeniMax's anti-cheat. Now, this is a dangerous path because some anti-cheats can be very invasive and so on. I think something needs to definitely be done in a big way on ZOS's side. I don't think it's to the point where it was 5 years ago with Cheat Engine, but it's still not great. Now, the next tricky part is what can we do as a community? Unfortunately, not probably a whole lot. As we've talked about with scripts, they're basically impossible to prove someone's using them because they don't break game limitations. Can ZOS do something on their side? Possibly, I'm not sure. If you work in this industry or have any experience, let me know in the comment section. I'd be very intrigued to have a conversation with you. Now, when it comes to exploits, we can tell. So, say the jewelry enchant, if you think someone's using it and potentially, I don't know, this only works if you can see their screen, I guess. So maybe streamers and content creators, if you think they're cheating, you could go, oh, can you show me your jewelry? There's a possibility. Now, should we even be shaming and calling people that use exploits cheaters? ZOS kind of seems to think so. Now, whether we should, that is, fundamentally, I'm going to leave that for you guys to decide. Let me in the comment section. Do you think exploits is cheating? Do you think ZOS should ban people for using exploits? Or do you think it's kind of a fine line? If they're obviously abusing a thing, they should be banned. But if it's just an accident, say they're using a set that's bugged and they don't realize or whatever, they shouldn't be banned. Where do you guys stand? This is, trying to wrap this video up has been very hard because I just don't know. I don't have the magic answer. Anyway, boys and girls, let me know in the comment section what you think of the video. And as always, I do love you all, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.